The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 457. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal lady on the show today. She is a holistic success coach at the Speed of Grace Breakthrough Coaching Program, and I'm just really excited to have her on today to share her story with us on self-confidence. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Valerie Grace. Valerie, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to our listeners.
Hi Sheena, this is Valerie, and I basically help women break through impossibilities and transform their lives. It's about reinvention, and it's more holistic because it's about it impacts their career, it impacts their relationships with themselves, with others. When they have a healthy relationship with themselves, the health also breaks through. That's what I do with women.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And Valerie, what's your cultural background?
I'm Singaporean Chinese.
Thanks for sharing that. And what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
It would be when you are empowering yourself, you are able to empower others. This is something that it's my favorite confidence quote, because when you look after yourself, you are able to better care for others.
Thanks for sharing that quote. And I love that. I think a lot of people forget if they want to start change, it has to start with themselves so that they know what they're looking for and they can, give that to other people who are probably going through the same thing or similar situations. And you just have to start empowering yourself to go out there and empower other people to make good changes, to create new, life decisions, whatever it may be. So thanks for sharing that. And, in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
It would be when you are anchored in yourself. You have a healthy relationship with yourself. You don't have to be nasty, but you have boundaries as well. And because if you take care of yourself, you have healthy boundaries, and you're able to, when your relationship is good with yourself, your relationship will be good with others, and that's where confidence really comes.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned having healthy boundaries, right? Especially as Asian women, we're so great at just saying yes to everything, not realizing like it's okay to say no, especially if it helps us. So I really love that. And what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
Childhood was not easy. When I went to live in another place and I changed schools. I came from a girls' school, and then when I changed school, it was with boys, and I was not used to the environment because I didn't grow up with a dad as well. So that began really young, where your self-esteem, your self-confidence was really shaky. And then it transitioned to in secondary school, where I was confused with many things, with my identity, with even like who to look up to, where to draw confidence from. So I drew confidence from others, from the wrong people, from people who I allowed into my life, and it hurt me in a way. But I'm thankful for those experiences, because out of that I found myself, I found my strength, and I found my personal story, which I use to help others now. So I believe that confidence is not something that you are born with it, or you are hyped up into it, you are not motivated into it. It's something that you have to go through the pain, and from that pain, from the struggle, you will be like the caterpillar to become a butterfly. You need to go through the cocoon stage, the dark days, the struggling stage. But when you pull through that, and then before you know it, you're transformed to a butterfly. You can flow in life. You can be truly confident and be beautiful from the inside out without having to push people around, which is what I think some people are confused nowadays, that you are confident when you behave like a bitch, which you don't have to. So that's how my background, my journey to finding what confidence really means.
Thanks for sharing that. And we all go through bad times, right? It's just learning how we can pick ourselves back up is what's really important. And was there a moment in your life where you realized that you can be the person that you are today, have the right kind of confidence, and push through? What was that aha moment?
It would be when you have glimpses of where, you've got that person walk past you, or you know of someone who you admire, you really admire her quality. And instead of envying and being jealous, you know that, hey, that's something I desire to become when I grow up. And when you meet the right people, like I met a particular mentor who spoke into my life and told me that I could be who I want to be and walk through the journey with me. That was really my aha moment. Like, these aha moments are moments to moments, and when pieced together, and you take action on it, you nurture yourself. You will get on that journey and become that very person you used to dream to become. You have always dreamed to become, actually.
Thanks for sharing that. And it's amazing how one person can really change your life, especially when you're at a point where you don't really believe in yourself yet. And when they look into your eyes and say, like, I believe in, your power, your ability, what you're meant to do, it does make a huge difference. And, because of that, what's your life been like now?
It's been really powerful, because when someone empowers you and you don't choose to keep it to yourself, you actually choose to empower others with what you have received. While your life is expanding, other people's lives expanding as well. I mean, there's really a very nice, how do you call that? It's like a circulation going on. Like, there's a dynamism going on when you receive it. And that's what I do in my work now, where I do for the women what that very one person did for me. And it's been multiplied to all my clients, and my clients would in turn want to do it to their family, to their friends. So it's kind of like a never ending cycle, or rather maybe ripple effect.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned that, when your life expands, other people around you, their life expands too. And it's just like creating those win-win situations, right? Which is great. Everybody wins. And I think that's how life, would be better if we create those win-win situations. And it's great that you're doing that right now. And, if our listeners were listening to your episode and they're in a similar journey of self-confidence, what would be that one tip you would give to them?
One tip for them, it would be they reach out to people who they admire or want to learn from, and be willing to connect and add value to that person, instead of thinking that, oh, I have to be a certain somebody to be able to connect with this person I would like to learn from. Or like, it's quite common nowadays when people message people, DM people on Instagram, like, I need help, can you please mentor me, or can you please help me? Instead of coming from that position, how about, hi, I love what you do, how can I add value to you? Or is there any way I can add value to what you do? Something like that, where you add value to someone you admire, and there you have the connection.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think that's a great tip that you mentioned. So thanks again. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, and maybe check out some of your work, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
I'm very active on Instagram, so they can find me at Speed of Grace, as in SPEED of Grace, or they can find me on my website, speedofgrace.com, where they can read many other breakthrough stories of other women and be encouraged themselves.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Valerie, you can also head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Valerie's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I'm just really grateful for Valerie today to come up to be on the show and share her story with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheena.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com to check out cool resources, blog articles, show recaps, and so much more. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.